Alright, this is another IELTS essay correction, and a student has sent me a clear picture of her handwritten response, and that may not be visible to all viewers on the YouTube. However, the concepts that I'm going to explain in this essay are going to be beneficial for everyone. So, despite some inconvenience, I suggest please watch the whole video. The question is here, and for your convenience, I have written it clearly over here. So most societies have homeless people. The best way to help them is to give them money. Do you agree? Okay, so the student has made several mistakes, and I'm going to explain them in due course of time. But it's really important before we proceed to understand the question. What exactly does it convey? Well, in agreement disagreement questions, the question can take two forms. One is agree or disagree, another is to what extent do you agree or disagree. Now, in or type of questions, the question statement will be do you agree or disagree, which is this question. In extent type of questions, the statement will be to what extent do you agree or disagree. There's a difference in which you should write answers to these two questions. In or type of questions, you have agree or disagree, and there is no middle ground. You cannot say I agree, but in some cases I disagree. You either have to agree or you have to disagree. And to what extent type questions, there is a spectrum, and the spectrum is on one end of spectrum is agree, on the other extremity is disagree, and you can take a middle ground. I'm sorry. So you can take a middle ground and you can say, okay, in some cases I agree, in some cases I disagree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a middle ground. So this essay does not fall in this domain. The essay is about this. Okay. Now let us understand the structure. Now here the question says the best way to help someone is to give them money. Who is them? It's the homeless people. So, okay, the best way to help homeless people is to give them money. So the best way is to give them money. If you agree, you will say, okay, the best way is to give them money. If you disagree, you're going to say the best way is not to give them money. So there must be some alternatives. But I think that best way is giving money is not the best way. Okay. So let us assume that you agree, okay, the best way is to give them money. What should be the structure? So there's an introduction, there's a body paragraph 1, and there's a body paragraph 2. How exactly should the student proceed? Okay, if you agree with money thing, you're going to clearly state that, okay, I think money is the best way. Mention a few reasons. Explain reason number 1. Why money is the best way. Explain reason number 1 in body paragraph 1. Why money is the best way. Reason number 2 in body paragraph 2. And then conclude the essay. If you think that money is not the best way, what you're going to do is clearly state that in the introduction, then give reasons in body paragraph 1. Okay, I don't think money is the best way. State a reason, explain it. In body paragraph 2, state the reason and explain why money is not the best way. Or what you can alternately do is explain both the reasons in body paragraph 1 and give some alternatives. Give some alternatives, or at least one alternative which you think is the best. I think best way to help people is to generate employment. Okay, employment for homeless people, or impart them skills so that they can earn money on their own. Okay. What the student has done wrong here is that she has agreed, okay, giving money is not a viable solution. She has mentioned it clearly over here. It's not the viable solution to due to some reasons, that due to limited funding with the government. It seems good in the introduction, but she has not carried the message in body paragraph 1. In body paragraph 1, she kind of explains how giving money is good. But in introduction, she has written it's not a viable solution. So it's not the best solution, but she has supported that, okay, it is the best solution in body paragraph 1. That's somehow contradicting your own opinion. Remember, in these opinion type of questions, you are supposed to explain your opinion only. You're not supposed to explain the opposite opinion. You must explain only your viewpoint. Don't give the opposite. Now remember that there are better ways to express few things than simply writing them in simplistic language, which is not very clear or which is rather vague. I'm not talking about difficult words. What I'm saying is that there are more appropriate words, simpler yet appropriate. So, for example, she's written over here the basic needs which are fundamental to live. Now, basic itself means fundamental. You cannot say that basic needs which are fundamental to live. The better way to write is which are essential to survive. So now these are simple words, but seem more appropriate in this case. Similarly, living cost, it's better to write livelihood. If you read over here, she has written all the homeless people without taking any work done from them. Now the government, she also say that the government should get work done out of people. So the better way to say that is without economically employing them, or without productively employing them. So there are better ways to write things than using two simple words. And then she continues to write what are the ways in which the things should be done in this body paragraph 2. This is the remaining part of body paragraph 2. And I think this is well done. However, there are few loopholes that must be plugged. So you have to understand the question is about best ways. So the best way to help homeless people is to give them money. If you are saying that, okay, it's not the best way, I think there are other ways which are better than this. You have to mention, okay, these are better ways. And if you read carefully in the previous page as well as this one, she has nowhere mentioned, okay, these are the better ways. She mentions that in the conclusion, but not in body paragraph 2. You should clearly mention, okay, why this way is better than giving money. So there has to be comparison. Why this is better than money, okay? She has, for example, not explained this concept. She has used 2 points. The second one is this. She writes, besides this, children of the homeless people should be provided compulsory and free education so that they can manage to get some jobs based on their education. First of all, the question is not on children, it's on the homeless people. Okay, children of homeless people will be homeless themselves, but it's better to stick to homeless people. So homeless people should be provided compulsory and free education so that they can manage to get some jobs based on their education. So you can add some qualifiers, some collocations. For example, instead of just jobs or writing some jobs, it's better to write financially rewarding jobs. That will add value to your answer. Based on the education in their later lives. Later life seems a bit weird in their future. But the idea is not explained. You've just mentioned, okay, if they are provided some education, free education, compulsory and free education, they will get jobs. But how? Can you give some example? Can you give something concrete to explain this idea? Something concrete. What do you mean by jobs? What do you mean by education? So that's exactly what I've done over here. This is called development of idea. So providing skills such as accounting, construction, and software development is a far better way to support the homeless people than giving them direct monetary support. So direct monetary support means giving them money. So what I've done is I have not only explained it over here, but also compared with direct monetary support, that is giving them money. So these were a few points that I wanted to discuss, and I'm sure this would have helped you. If you like this essay, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to follow my website. I'll post a link below this video, and you can just go to the website, follow it, and find more interesting stuff there. Thank you for watching.